Alright, I think we're back again. It's crazy. Technology is not cooperating with me today. We're going to start making Boozy collard greens, and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully the stream is functioning. No, it doesn't look like it is. No, I think it's coming back. Yeah. So, Boozy Collard Greens is a recipe by the Neelys on the Food Network. If you go to foodnetwork.com and type Boozy, B-O-O-Z-Y, collard greens, you will see the recipe I'm making. It starts with a whole bunch of bacon, and let's see, we're going to do the close-up view only. So, and as you see, I've turned it on. I have massive amounts of bacon in here, and we're going to render it. And you're like, this is too small. Nope, it's going to be great. We have our onions. I'm about to chop some garlic. Get that ready to go. I'm waiting for the bacon fat to render. And let's go grab some garlic. Boozy collard greens is simple, y'all. And what's the booze? The booze is bourbon, my friends. Bourbon. That is good stuff. So I'm getting a thing of garlic. It uses a lot of garlic for this amount. We're going to do 2 big bags of collard greens for this, so I'll get them when we're ready for that. But yeah, we're going to wait for the bacon to render. While that's going on, I'm going to check on my meatballs here. I'm doing as a meatballs, barbecue sauce meatballs as a appetizer. They're doing quite good. And I need to grab my soup ladle. Oh, things have fallen inside of my cabinet. We're going to try to stuff things back into the cabinet. Need my 2 soup ladles. One for the apple cider that's going on here, and the other for my ladling the turkey broth. So, I think you guys can hear. Yep, it's just hoping my stream continues to function. But yep, that is just doing its little thing in there. Alright, we need to sharpen this knife because this knife is not working too hot. Let me quickly check on my bread. Oh yeah, my bread is going. It is doubling in size. This garlic thing I got is from Amazon. Costs like $15. It's so nice. Chops your garlic perfectly. Just makes things so easy. My remote control died. I have a lot of tech failures going on today. Yeah, bacon's rendering. Oh my gosh, my remote control isn't functioning. Just switch this stream manually. Anyway, we'll just keep going. Okay, cool. Bacon is rendering. I have a whole bunch of people texting me. Happy Thanksgiving. Not the most opportune time, but it's okay. Yep. So we're going to cook this bacon until it is crispy. And just keep going until the liquid turns into fat. As you guys can see, the garlic has been completely shredded, which is awesome by this press. And maybe wondering what this is. This is ham. We're going to add that to add some seasoning to the bacon. Oh yeah, this is some rich boozy bacon. We're literally going to put this to boil, and this smoked ham flavor will get into our collard greens, into deliciousness. Yes, with that sound effect. I don't need... Well, you know what? I will add that piece. The other piece, I'm probably going to eat it myself. Yeah, we are just waiting for the bacon to render. Let's see if we can get our remote working again. I'm trying to get the remote connect while we are kind of working things. There we go. Hoping my remote connects. If it doesn't, we're just going to have to switch with our computer. Yeah, it's just not wanting to connect anymore. Yep, it's just, I might restart this phone. I use the phone as a OBS remote. And of course that fell. Anyway, we'll just kind of keep working it. Bacon is still rendering. which is awesome. While the bacon is cooking, I'm gonna get a start chopping things because I didn't get to do the prep for the cornbread dressing. It is rendering like a mofo, which is awesome. It is just doing that rendering thing. It's getting crispy. Nice. Yeah, now that liquid has turned mostly to oil. It's almost there. All right, you're gonna hear some noise from my. Yeah. Again, this is the celery for the cornbread dressing. We need a lot of it because we're making a double batch. This is Kathy and David Riemann. If you are watching, this is your grandmother's, Kathy, this is your grandmother's dressing recipe that you taught me over 20 years ago. We're almost there with the bacon. And oh, by the way, we are going to literally make the collard greens in this liquid right here. Like, we're not even draining the oil. You want all that grease. You want all that grease. That grease is some good stuff. And just put another set of celery in here. Bacon's almost done. So you want it till it's crispy. As you can see, I'm just getting my celery going. That should do it for what I need with the celery. This last stalks, our stalks. I'm just gonna put all of this celery right in here. Ah, I think this is done. Yeah, it's starting to pop. And I have this on super nuclear high heat because I'm trying to go quickly. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. Yep, we're there. And by the way, you have brown bits on the bottom. Oh, that's the good stuff. That's fond, baby. Fond is the good stuff. And I'm gonna get this out of the way so you guys can see, because now it's time to It's crunch time for the rest of it. All right. To this, we'll lower the heat a little bit. We'll add a whole onion. I already prepped that last night. Let that cook just a little bit. A little over a minute is what we need. And now I'll start adding the garlic. Yeah, we're rendering. Now we're going to add our garlic. I'm just going to let that cook for 3-4 minutes. I'm also going to season it with some salt, regular salt, and seasoned salt. What did I do with my seasoned salt? It's right here. Oh, y'all, I'm getting tired. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Let me keep this here. Just kind of let it go. And in a second, we're going to deglaze with bourbon. Let me go get my bourbon. I need about 3/4 cup of bourbon. Where is my bourbon? That is rum. That is not bourbon. There's new bourbon. There it is. Tennessee bourbon. I got this brand of Tennessee mash bourbon. And since I know the measurements, I'm going to reuse this thing I did the garlic in because I know how big it is. It's about a whole cup, so we're going to do 3/4 cup of bourbon. Oh yeah, when I said boozy, y'all, I meant boozy. Good. Oh yeah, you just want it to the you want to keep cooking it until the onions are just about to be caramelized, and once it gets to that point, then it's time to deglaze. You can lower your heat. It's deglazing time, baby. And what it is, we're gonna break up all these brown bits that are here on the side. Um, right here, if you can look at my pot, there's all these brown bits. Oh no, this is good stuff, not burned. There we go. Time for deglazing. Whee! Just so y'all see. Oh, the aroma is heavenly. And to that, we're going to add some thyme. It's a little too much, but it'll be fine. And then we will add half a cup of brown sugar. That's 3 large tablespoons. Where's the large tablespoon? Things are hiding themselves from me. Oh, strangely, my half cup is actually right here. So let me just use that. You're also going to add 3 tablespoons of preferably apple cider vinegar or a balsamic vinegar. Use regular vinegar. I think I'm out of apple cider vinegar. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, 3 tablespoons is a quarter of a cup. I'll break down the leaves and then we're just gonna. And now that this is all coming again. Actually, always taste, baby, because we want to make sure the seasoning is right. Just a little bit more vinegar. And strangely, it actually needs a little bit more bourbon. Thanks, Brian. Accidentally dropped the pepper. All right. Add that. It's time to start adding the collard greens. Yeah, I got the industrial size of collard greens from Walmart. Right here. And so at this point, you're supposed to put chicken broth and that, but because we're having turkey, I actually have turkey broth right next to it. So we're going to, I've been making, because I use turkey broth for everything. We're going to be putting some turkey broth here, and I need a strainer so I don't get all the bits of the veggies here, and then I just want the liquids. You need several cups of this. Homemade turkey broth is critical during Thanksgiving. There we go. And then you'll add more as it permits. Because now that it's boiling, it's time to first taste the liquid. See how it's going. Oh my God. Yes, 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 yes. Alrighty then. It's time to start adding them collards. And this is one of those things you just put it in batches. It will start wilting. It looks like it's not all going to fit. Both of these bags are going to fit into this pot. I know. You just kind of put it in. It'll start wilting and going down. And you're going to add more. And that's why we had to make the collards first, because it's going to be cooking here for a while. Oh, that's interesting. I got some pieces inside of my stove. I get those out before they burn the next set of things that I'm cooking. Getting that eye out. There we go. I'm just tossing them in. Oh, my stove is quite clean. It will get messy later on as I start making other things. Oh, okay. It looks like we're gonna have to bake the bread sooner because that bread has risen. Um, that's actually good. I can get the bread out of the way. So I'm actually gonna bake this at um, bake at 315 because bread has completely doubled in size. It's hard for me to switch, but I'm gonna bring one of these out so you can see. Uh, take a look. So we are gonna start baking. I'm gonna start adding just a little bit more. Literally what I want is that to the point that it overflows like that. And then because this is and by the way, best to cook this in a Dutch oven. It also serves really well. This Dutch oven was our wedding gift. I don't remember who gave it to us, but I love it. I use it all the time. It's pretty, it's wide, 6 quarts. So you just want it that high and then over, and then just the lid will go right over it. So we'll keep watching, monitoring that. So we're going to continue with our prep for our cornbread dressing. And that's the clean stuff because everything's going in the same thing. We're going to do that. We're going to do the green onions next. And get the 2 heads of parsley that we need. Actually, it's 3 heads of parsley that we're going to need. Oh, and when the stuff starts wilting, wilts down a little bit, that's when you will put the ham hocks inside. In fact, I can kind of do it now. It will help weigh it down. And that ham hock flavor will go into, it keeps reducing. All right. Oh, I need to get the green onions. No, they're here. Time to add more collards. That's it. We're at only a third of the bag left. No, actually a quarter of the bag left. See? I told you, it looks like this is not going to fit. Oh no, it will. Again, lid, weigh it down. All right. Okay, let's see. We are here. Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm preparing the green onions because we're going to chop green onions and regular onions as part of this cornbread dressing. Some of these onions are dirty. We will wash them first. I already washed them a little bit, but they need more washing. So yeah, we want this pulverized in your food processor. Chop very tiny, all parts of the green onion, all parts of it. Because the greens don't chop as easily as the whites. We're gonna put half of the greens in. There we go. See, it is chop, chop, chop. We have a nice little tray here. I'm just gonna put both sets of onions because they cook at the same time. Both sets of onions you will add, that's why I'm separating. You need to add the celery at a certain time, then you add the, actually start with the onions, then you add the celery, then you add the parsley. Mm. Mm-hmm. There we go. Little pieces there that did not chop. There we go. So I do the green onions first, and then I will do regular onions because they will clean out the sides. Okay, let's see. Has it reduced some? Yes, it has. I can add the rest of the bag. Yep. Collard greens. All right. Last bit. Don't worry about it because collards takes 2 hours to cook, so don't worry. It will all cook down. There we go. Perfect. It's all in there. Ham hocks are in there. Oh, perfect. See, I told you. 2 giant bags of collard greens will fit in that one pot. Boozy collard greens, baby. We're getting boozy up in here. And now for the onions. So I was supposed to do this prep yesterday and I just blew it. Just things happened and I ended up by the time I went to bed, I hadn't had to take a long break due to some unforeseen things, but now we're getting back on track. Let's check that yeast rolls. They seem to be going. We'll actually rotate them. Get that little schmutzy part of the onion off. There we go. "34 minutes. By the way, I'm going to do a quick check of the turkey outside, see how it's going. turkey is frying quite well. I need to add just a little bit more oil. Awesome, y'all. Okay, now we're doing the onions. There we go. Perfect. Add them to the other onions. Having the two sets of onions gets you really good flavor. I'm gonna do, because I'm making a large dose, I'm gonna do a half of the other onion. I don't need two. I need take that large half there. The other half is going to be used in the paella or the Spanish omelet, one or the other. Get the part of the onion out. And I'm going to put that little nub of celery that apparently fell out when I was tossing them in here. It's okay. They all go to the same place. A piece of celery out of order is not going to make a big difference. There we go. Yay. Perfect. Now I have my onions. I'm going to move quick because these will get in your eyes in a hurry. Alright, now for the celery. I'm sorry, for the parsley. First we're going to wash them because these came from HEB kind of dirty. Wash them in cool. I always wash fresh leafy vegetables when I get them because they usually have a lot of dirt in them. Good. Alright, so I can remove the rubber band that's holding the stalks together. Put that back in. We're going to cut the bottom parts of the stalk off because we do not. You could put that in, but you don't need that much of that. It's less flavorful. You need a lot of it, but leaves are really what you want. You just want to do a little fine chop. And I got second one here. Alright, and just stuff that into the food processor. Chopping parsley is a pain in the butt without a food processor. I used to do this before I knew about food processors. I didn't know about a food processor, I think, until I was in my 20s. Isn't that something we don't have these kinds of things as a Nigerian? Kind of do things with mortar and pestle and stuff like that. I do like this particular KitchenAid food processor because it goes in both directions, so if something gets stuck, there we go. Perfect. You want the parsley in almost like powder form like that. So take a look. So I'm going to get another tray. You'll notice I'm recycling the meat trays. This is what the turkey necks came in. Okay, time to swap the breads because I have one on the lower tray and I don't want its bottom burning. If you want to see what they look like, here you go. So I am swapping the trays around so that the top trays on the just so that we have even coloring on our bread. It's cooking quite nicely. We shall continue. Oh, yeah, collards are going. They are going. They're just doing the happy dance. There we go. All right. A little onion in there. Okay, we're just putting a little bit more. There we go. So it's misbehaving a little bit there. There we go. Let's see. I'm just adding that to the tray, and so to the left off camera, to the right off camera. Alright, one last batch. We are good to go. We're gonna have to move some stuff around. There we go. Yep, there we go. Yep, there's a little bit of just a few pieces in there. Yep, there we go. Alright. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the meatballs off the stove and put the collard greens in that spot. The meatballs are going to go into a crock pot for serving so that it's just constantly hitting now that they're done. And then my time for the pot. And I'm gonna clean up. That's a fun side of things. Here we have our ingredients. This extra onion will just stay on the side. Go ahead, get there. My husband's so sweet, he is sweeping. Alright, so what this requires for frying is an entire stick of butter. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. I'm just kind of stirring the collard greens now that it's in its new home. Oh yeah, they're just cooking down. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've turned the heat up, and we're gonna add our, oh, I'm sorry. Step one is sausage, and then you add the butter. So you need sage sausage, not regular sausage, sage sausage to do this. This, because we're doing double recipe, it's 2 packages of sage sausage. So I got these from Kroger. HEBs are double price, so I just get them from Kroger. And open this, and we're gonna fry the sausage. Just break it up to little chunks. Get your meat stomper. And then after it's done, then you actually add butter and fry the onions and celery and stuff like that in the same container. And that's that 2 packages. I'm checking on my bread. Yeah, it's almost done. Sage sausage smells so good. I went outside. Turkey is doing great. There's about 40 minutes left. And you may wonder, what am I talking about by the meat stomper? You can get these. It's one of these things right here. Honey, is the table ready? Is the table ready? The dining table. Put, so there's no runner in the middle? Sorry, I was just checking with my husband. He's kind of going around getting the place settings and doing some last minute cleaning in our living room. And his guests get here in 3 hours, maybe 2.5. Oh, I forgot to mark stuff off of the list. Meatballs. Where's the meatballs? Yeah, those are marked. Cheesy potatoes, brie, salad. I'm just looking at my list. Oh, I forgot we also did the dressing prep. And so I'm just marking things off the list on the wall. Let me see if I can go to the computer and do a switch of scenes. There we go. See if we can kind of get that going. Yeah, my remote control phone has just kind of died. I've had all kinds of tech problems, but you know, new streams. This is kind of what happens in the world of streaming. You know, so you're gonna keep doing this. And thank you, honey, for putting the pies in the fridge. Thanks for putting the pies in the fridge. No fridge, cold. Bring them into this fridge. Should be room on the bottom shelf. I'm just multitasking here, trying to get the last of what we need done. I'll lower the heat a little bit. Yeah, actually, it's right in time for the butter. Wow. Yeah, just take them out and put them on the bottom shelf. I've made room. Okay, while that butter is melting, take a look at our yeast rolls, which should be done. Yes, they are. Take a look at these beauties. Right here. They're done when you tap them at the bottom and they sound hollow. So I'm gonna put them on the dining because I'm running out of surfaces, so we're gonna keep them on the table in there. Two of those trivets. rolls that are done. These actually could use a little bit more browning at the bottom. The top ones, oh yeah, very brown. Make sure all the little bits in here are pulverized. Back to your cornbread dressing. Alright, next add all the onions. All of it. Both the green and the white. That's why we added butter. And let this cook. And when you make cornbread dressing, do not add any salt until the very end. While that's going, I am going to clean up a little bit, put some things out of the way, as we're now in the home stretch. Switch to a close-up view. You want that cooking. Since you need that. I'll move the bread here, so at least one of them, so it's out of your way. All right. Time for the celery. Let's see if that last batch of rolls is done, because it was a little white at the bottom. Ah, yeah. Now they're good. Shortly after you do the celery, just needs to cook a little bit, and then you add the beautiful parsley. There we go. This is gonna keep cooking there. While that is going, it's time for part two. This is the dressing part. So what we're going to do is we're going to take two big bags, one bag of cornbread, one bag of herb seasoned dressing, and mix it all together. So when you make this recipe, it's actually normally half a bag. Um, that's what we're going to do right now. And then you take one line of saltines. We have a little half here, so I'll add that too because it's double. That I learned from Paula Deen to always add saltines to your dressing. You can do unsalted, but I actually prefer to add the salted version because then I don't have to add too much regular salt. So you're gonna just break that in, and then this is the fun part, if you have kids, you can always have them help you with this stuff because you're gonna mash this all together and mix it all up. So break up the saltines into, pulverize them with your hands. It's so much fun. I'm going to get the saltines and just, you know. Notice I brought my giant bowl because this gets huge. Because we'll add this mixture here into there, and then we're ready for baking with some eggs and a couple of other things. So What you want to do, because I actually added a lot of vegetables because I like more vegetables, is that may weaken the sage. So that's the only thing you can add in here. And so if there's not enough sage flavor, and there isn't, sage, it just needs a lot more. I have to open a new container of sage. Yeah, that's why you start with sage sausage. If you can't find sage sausage, you can actually use a lot of sage. Dried sage, ground sage, not the rubbed. Rubbed is okay. It's just it's you want concentrated sage because you want a lot of sagey flavor in this. Because this is actually done. You want it just when the vegetables are done. The celery, it tastes done. That's when this is done in here. So we're going to go back to the pulverizing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't because it will actually pulverize some once we do the mixture. Yeah, you just want to make sure everything, the cornbread and the regular herbs seasoned are mixed. Not, again, cornbread and herbs seasoned combined, and then a box of saltines. There you go. Yeah, that's ready and waiting. Perfect. And I'm going to taste our mixture. Take a little piece in my hand. It is perfect. And we'll let it sit here and cool, and I'll take it off the burner. While that's going, I'm going to quickly take a break and butter the bread, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody. I am back. Uh, we are back. So, and again, we are waiting just for this to cool down. And I'm gonna do the close-up in there. That's seen. Then I have to switch stuff on my own now because my remote stopped working. So I just finished buttering rolls. That's why, because I moved them to the dining table to cool. I just needed a surface that was wide. They will go into a basket. Mm, delicious. All right, pour all this in there. Let's actually get all them little bits. You want all them bits. Oh, I'm checking my hot apple cider here. I've not. It's boiling now, which is great. I thought it was going to be cold today, so I started making cider. It's not really cold, it's just nasty and dreary and rainy and thunder. I don't know if it's thunderstorming, but it's mostly hard, heavy rain here in Houston, Texas. At least on part of town I live in. There we go. Just, okay, I'm gonna get every little bit of that. Okay, his last stretch for this stream. Get this all mixed in, and I'll switch to the close-up view so you can kind of see everything a little easier. Okay, the other thing we're going to do is we are going to add some turkey broth. I have a giant pot of it. It'll be used for giblet gravy, dressing, you know, that's why you make a giant pot of it. And then whatever's left over, you can make a turkey soup out of it. You know, just put it in the fridge, and with the leftover turkey, you can make a turkey soup out of it. So we're going to keep adding liquid, but it's you add a little bit of turkey stock, and then you add chicken stock. So this actually needs both. But I'm putting a little bit in so I can mix it easier. And then we're going to add 4 whole eggs. You could use egg beaters if you want. It's really, really hot, so I'm worried about the eggs scrambling. Yeah, you just crack them in here and mix them. Eggs are a binding agent. I'm going to go my chicken stock. And you want chicken stock, not broth. Stock is made from bones, whereas broth is made from just the meat. Stock has more flavor than broth. Sometimes you don't want that in your dish. Yeah, because you want this. We're going to keep adding stock. I added turkey broth, which is made from the neck bones, because you want to give it that turkey flavor. I'm adding chicken stock, and I'm going to now add our other 2 eggs. A little piece of shell there. Must be tired, dang. And you want to mix this until it's, keep adding broth until it is, get that piece of shell up, until it is soupy. All right. Add one more thing of chicken broth, turkey broth. Well, that should get me exactly to where I need to be. Yep, it's soupy now. And all that bread from the cornbread and the regular bread that made the savory and the saltines is now absorbed. And this is, you want this in a very light, soupy, viscous mixture. Just less thick than peanut butter, but more thicker than honey. So in between peanut butter and honey is kind of the consistency you're looking for, because you want it to form. And the eggs were a binding agent. And so it is at this point you taste it. And you need salt and sage. You have to be very careful because this is a dish that you can easily oversalt. Probably not over sage, but you easily can oversalt. There's a lot more sage. I think that sage sausage didn't have as much sagey flavor in it. Where is my salt? And you want regular salt for this, not seasoned salt. So kosher salt, you don't want extra flavors that will ruin it's going to ruin this. When you make your turkey broth, always use regular salt, not seasoned salt, because you want to control the flavors and keep it pure. Especially if you're going to make this cornbread dressing recipe. Because it's, again, you could have added salt at the beginning, but because there's a lot of things, it just reacts. No gum. Now we are exactly where we need to be. Just a little bit of salt. That's enough. I'm going to quickly check on. Oh, yeah. Our Boozy collard greens be boozing. As you're cooking it, one of the nice things is that it will reduce, because the water is going to be boiling off, and you just need to add more water. You want that in the collard greens. You want more. You want it soupy, as that liquid is the bomb. There you go. Yep. All right, let's taste. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. I'm putting this the remainder of this box. We're going to use it for all kinds of stuff this afternoon. All right, this is all ready to go. Preheat your oven to 350, or as they say on South Park, 350. And so one of the things I like to do is I like to shape my into individual pans. So I have one of these little loaf pans and muffin pans, and I will start with these. um, as how I bake it. You could just bake it into a 13 by 9 or a casserole dish. It really doesn't matter. I just found when I'm serving people having their own individual thing of dressing, they just really like that, and it's kind of unique. So of course we are going to butter our pan. There's a little smut in this particular pan, so I'm just gonna rinse it out. The other one I had rinsed out last night, so this one I forgot to do that. All right, I'm gonna just butter this with some butter flavored cooking spray. You can use regular butter if you want, just cooking spray is faster. You can also use margarine in this case. There's times when, like when you're making the dressing, no margarine inside when it has to be real butter. All right, so now, good. Just gonna pour this in. You may be wondering what I'm doing. No, I'm gonna actually feel it. I like it to be domy. This is not one of those, it doesn't rise. So whatever shape you make it is the exact shape it comes out. So I like them like a muffin. So notice how I'm making that a little bit bigger. Oops, you mess up, just push it into the next cup. There we go, that one. And then once you're done putting it into here, bake it at 350 for half an hour to 45 minutes until it is crispy on the outside, on the sides, and take it out and let it cool. It needs to kind of mostly cool before. So you notice I'm making them so they look kind of like muffins when they come out. There we go. There we go. Like I said, I'm making it down. There we go. Let's just make sure they're not touching. Otherwise they connect after you bake them. And like that, pa, they go straight into the oven. Oven already preheated. I don't know if you guys can hear it beeping. I have these noise canceling headphones, so. Y'all hear some noise in the back. I don't know if the headphones are canceling it. I think I should turn on ANC. That should get rid of, hopefully, a lot of the noise if there's there. My husband is vacuuming. I love him so much. He does a lot. And he puts up with me. Uh, nope, I don't see any comments. I was just kind of taking a look at the stream. Okay, we're almost done. There will be a little bit left over, and so I'm going to bake that in a little tiny dish I have, the leftover. I have a small baking dish that's perfect for it. Okay, we are almost there. Yep. So that last one got just a little bit more messy. We're gonna take a swipe in betweens. All that schmutz off. There we go. Awesome. Second one in down the hatch. All right, y'all. This has. I'm gonna switch to the main view. I've really enjoyed cooking with you guys today, but I'm gonna have to end the stream because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more dishes to make. So, but they